Welcome, welcome everybody, and welcome to Steve's Wrestling Ramble here on Friday evenings. I know usually I'm on Thursday nights, but things going on, schedule changes, this and that. I've decided to do it here tonight on Friday night, and I was going to go on at 8 o'clock Central, but I got other things going on that will be happening afterwards. It just came up actually for me, so I won't be around to do it then, or at least I'd be around to start it, but won't be able to be flexible with how long I would want to have the episode go, if you know what I mean, that way. So I've decided to start now, just get into it, talk everything. And with me just starting it randomly here now, I don't know if any of my team members, I guess, will be able to make it. Be our guess. But either way, we have a pretty good episode here. We're going to be talking WWE Fastlane, Monday Night Raw, and SmackDown Live. A great SmackDown Live, or a pretty good one, at least to me. But let's start with WWE Fastlane pay-per-view that was in my home state of Wisconsin, in the city of Milwaukee, and in the building called the B.Mo. Harris Bradley Center. B.Mo. Harris Bradley Center in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, WWE Fastlane 2017 edition. Starting off with the pre-show, the Harris Strong and Tozawa going up against Kendrick and Dar. There in the Cruiserweight Tag Team match. I saw it, but I didn't really pay attention. I had on the background doing other things, preparing. Preparing for my live stream, because I did a live stream for the pay-per-view, preparing for that, doing other things, talking to family even. So I was in my Google Hangout for the live stream and ready there, and I was watching it, but I just wasn't paying that much attention to the match, and that's no disrespect to the talent in the ring, and I respect all four of them. It's just the Cruiserweight division to me isn't that great, and even though they've been trying to build that division on Monday Night Raw and then having their show after SmackDown Live on Tuesdays, I think it would be better for the division in the whole to try to build their own brand and build their own identity on 205 Live, and sporadically from there be on SmackDown or Raw, in that way. So that's kind of, I guess, how I would look at do that. Samoa Joe defeating Sami Zayn, that makes sense. Samoa Joe will be dominant. Sami Zayn, unfortunately, having to be the one to jam out to Samoa Joe. Raw Tag Team Championship matches, Gallows and Carl Anderson defeating Enzo and Cass. There was a moment there that maybe we got the win, but no, it's not the case. Gallows and Anderson successfully, if I can say that word, they do retain the Raw Tag Team Championships, and now heading into WrestleMania, on the road to WrestleMania, which doesn't seem so far away. But if you think about it being 20 days or so or more away, it's long enough away. I mean, it's long enough away that it's technically called a break for CW's Riverdale TV show that I do reviews for each and every week. They had their episode last night for episode 7. Episode 8, March 30th. So taking a little break there, a couple weeks there. And the WWE Hall of Fame tournament will be on the 31st, I do believe, around that time as well. So that's certainly, his own thing. So you still got a long road to WrestleMania. And with the Tag Team Championship situation on Monday Night Raw, or the Tag Team division there, you wonder what kind of match, who's going to be involved for WrestleMania now. There's a one-on-one tag team match for this upcoming Monday Night Raw to determine the number one contender. And that should make that picture clearer in that situation. But I don't know. It's WrestleMania season. I'd rather have them have a multi-man tag team match. I think that just would be cool. Makes sense. I don't know. Not a lot of people like that type of match, having 3 or 4 teams, especially in the tag team division, in that way, and just putting tag teams in there just to put them in there for a paycheck for WrestleMania. But it's WrestleMania, and these superstars traveling the world around, whether they're main eventers, mid-carders, or quote-unquote bona-fide jobbers, either way, they've been living the WWE lifestyle for a whole year, and all this and that. So I think they do deserve in some way to be stated for that, whether it's Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal or otherwise. Hello, Ronnie. See you here in the live chat. Ronnie, you joining us? Thank you. Hope you're doing well, man. But yeah, I just hope that to be the case, and we certainly see how things will be moving forward in that respect. Sasha Banks against Nia Jax. Sasha Banks getting the win in a roll-up situation. I would have hoped to have Nia win, and then Nia being the one coming out there interrupting, the segment on Raw. There and making it a fatal 4-way already then. Like right now, it's making me think that they're going to keep it just a triple threat. That Nia won't even be in the mix because she lost to Sasha Banks. I would still hope for her to be in the mix like next week on Raw to get involved and wanting a shot at the title. But I don't know now. We'll have to see if that in fact actually does happen. Cesaro versus Jinder Mahal. Cesaro gets the win. And Big Show defeating Rusev. Rusev and Jinder Mahal had a moment backstage. Raw. Agreeing with Foley saying that they're both going to have individual matches. And those individual matches, which seems like it's going to be built to a Jinder Mahal Rusev match at WrestleMania. So that's unfortunate for Rusev and great for Jinder Mahal, I guess. You see it on both sides for either WWE superstar. Since Shooter Championship match, Neville versus Jack Gallagher. Neville successfully defending makes sense, and especially more so what happened in Raw again. We'll talk about that here shortly, but Jack Gallagher being booked almost in the way that I was predicting it. Him getting the upper hand for a while. Yeah, I'm waiting for that too, Ronnie. I think the Sasha Banks heel turn is coming here soon. And I actually see it happening at WrestleMania during the match. Not before. Maybe after, on the Raw after, but I would say more before. Because if you're going to do it, because if they wait and have it for the Raw after, they can't have her then win at WrestleMania. And if it's going to be Charlotte getting the win, then if that's the case, then they have to do a double turn and have Sasha turn face. While Sasha's turning heel on the next night. Now, if that's the plan, I don't have it being at WrestleMania and having one of those two winning and coming up WWE Raw Women's Champion. But then again, that's just me, my opinion, how I would do things in that regard. Roman Reigns defeating Braun Strowman. We all knew that was going to go down. Or assumed that, and it became reality. And the Raw Women's Championship, Matt Bayley defeating Charlotte Flair to retain the title and to end Charlotte's streak, pay-per-view streak. Now, I was a little upset, as I said in my review of the pay-per-view on Sprecher, which I do have here on the YouTube channel itself, but on that short version, but I just don't like it that they did it here at Fastlane. I mean, yeah, I guess a big moment happened at a pay-per-view that was in my home state, that was in Wisconsin, but still beyond that, why would they have that moment happen there at that pay-per-view? The only reason you would do that is to try to have something for people to talk about afterwards than anything else. Exactly, Ronnie. That's what I was saying. Double turn. And I see that at WrestleMania. Charlotte turning face, Sasha turning heel during their match, fatal 4-way or triple threat, whatever. And that going down at WrestleMania. Then you can have the backlash of that happening the night after, in the Raw after WrestleMania. And you move on from there at that. But Bayley defeating Charlotte, like I said, was surprising to me, but it is what it is. Congratulations. And Goldberg defeating Kevin Owens, 21 seconds. Whew, it didn't go to 2 minutes and 12 seconds. I thought it was going to go 1:21 seconds. But the outcome was what most thought it to be. Goldberg winning, becoming the champion, and now we're going to have Goldberg, Brock Lesnar. The WWE Universal Championship, whether it's going to be the main event or not, it seems like it probably will be, but I'll talk more about that when we talk about SmackDown. But that's pretty much Fastlane in my opinion. Those watching live, welcome to share your thoughts or questions to me before I move on here to talk about Monday Night Raw. And also to promote, I will be having my next interview next week. And later on in the episode, I will be giving kind of a teaser. And then I'll give a teaser, and then I'll give you guys that are watching live a chance to take a guess on who I'm speaking about to have as an interviewer or interviewing next week or sometime soon here for this show and for this channel. So definitely welcome to stay for that at that time after we talk about Raw and SmackDown moving forward. But that's pretty much it for Fastlane. Now let's move on to Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw taking place in Chicago, Illinois, which certainly was interesting with that fan base, as they always are when WWE is there for Raw, SmackDown previews. However, since CM Punk left the company, Kevin Owens confronting Chris Jericho beginning the show, then Braun and Samoa Joe getting involved. That built on those rumors of a new Evolution, an Evolution 2.0 with Triple H. Will that be in the cards? Will that actually be happening here? Will it actually happen at WrestleMania? Talk about a big moment there if that is in the plans in that way, especially with Seth Rollins and others involved. I think that could be very interesting to say the least. That's what goes down there. Kevin Owens defeating Sami Zayn, Neville defeating Rich Swann, Cruiserweight title, and having Austin Aries and them. Austin Aries attacking them, so that we'll have that match for WrestleMania. Brock Lesnar confronting the Universal Champion Bill Goldberg. That was cool. Goldberg taking his first bump, taking an F5. Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson defeating Enzo and Cass by disqualification. So you think they would beat the mix, but then Enzo and Cass will be facing Cesaro and Sheamus next week for the number contendership. Why not just make it a triple threat? Have a no contest next week on Raw, this upcoming Raw, the weekend, and just put them all in there. I'm just Tozawa defeating Daivari, the New Day defeating the Shining Stars, and still talking about ice cream stuff for WrestleMania. They should just break up and move on already, in my opinion. I mean, they've been entertaining, they've been good, but at the end of the point, to me, it's just been getting old with the New Day. And what grade do I give WWE Fastlane pay-per-view? Probably B minus grade. Give the WWE Fastlane a B minus. I liked when Raw Sasha Banks defeating the Raw Women's Champion Bayley earlier in the night. Them having a segment with the women, or actually maybe just before this match. We have Bayley's, then Stephanie McMahon, then Bayley, then Sasha Banks, then Stephanie McMahon, then Charlotte. And I thought, well, then we were going to get Nia Jax, and we don't. And it's just Stephanie McMahon says that if Sasha Banks can defeat the women's champion Bayley, the Raw women's champion Bayley, then that match at WrestleMania will be a triple threat, because Stephanie McMahon said that it'll be Charlotte versus Bayley first off, one-on-one. And then Sasha getting the win, and then now it will be a triple threat match, as of right now at least, for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania. Triple H addressing Seth Rollins' rehabilitation. I wonder if it's not going to be a match at WrestleMania. It'll just be a Raw situation. Triple H, Seth calling Triple H out the middle of the ring at WrestleMania. I don't know what part of the card that'd be. Maybe they might even start the show. Why not? If it's not going to be a match, why try to tease it for too long? I'm just saying. Even though it is a 4-hour show, you could save some big things for later. And I don't mean just big things for a moment. I mean big things like this in a segment that are known as well. So I think that would be really interesting in its own way, in respect. Samoa Joe defeating Chris Jericho via count, and Roman Reigns confronted the Undertaker. Braun Strowman comes out there to call out Reigns, and the Undertaker comes out. People think, oh, what percent of Undertaker Braun Strowman for WrestleMania? And I guess not. Braun Strowman leaving the ring, showing respect to the Undertaker, and then you think it's all over, and you're like, what the heck's going on? Roman Reigns comes out, and there we go. We got set up Roman Reigns, Undertaker, as we all assumed, rumor thought, pretty much put in stone our own selves for WrestleMania. Roman Reigns versus the Undertaker since Royal Rumble. And Roman Reigns eliminated the Undertaker, which might have been the reason Roman Reigns was in the Royal Rumble match to begin with, to set this up. That'd be the main reason why he was number 30 there. So here we go with Monday Night Raw. Fastlane Raw is now heading on over to talk about WWE SmackDown Live. for this week. Shane McMahon, Daniel Bryan, putting championship picture in perspective. Starting off the show, awesome to see those two there. John Cena, Nikki Bella in a warm-up match defeating Ellsworth and Carmella. Deanna was called Baron Corbin, and Corbin saying, I'm going to let you call it. Then Dean comes back there and sneak attack. Baron sneak attacks Dean there. Alexa Bliss, Women's Division Blistertation, who she was going to pick for the number one contender. In the end, it's made known that, announced by Daniel Bryan, that Alexa Bliss will be defending her SmackDown Live Women's Championship against every available, keyword available, every available woman on the SmackDown Live roster. How does that mean? This is going to be a six-way challenge match. It's going to be mini battle royal, this or that. What is going to be the fate for this title match, in particular for WrestleMania? We'll have to see. I'm certainly looking forward to it. I think SmackDown Live is just tenfold better than Monday Night Raw right now, and especially in the women's division. And that's saying a lot with Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Charlotte Flair on Raw. Like the best in the whole division on Raw. But the way SmackDown Live has been booked just in general and with the women's division, I think they have been doing things a lot better. Ronnie asked in the chat, do you believe that John Cena will propose to Nikki Bella at WrestleMania 33? I hope so. I mean, I think they're meant to be. I think that should be the end game for them at WrestleMania. I think that should happen. It should happen. I think it will happen. And if it doesn't happen, I'll be a little bit disappointed. I mean, it won't ruin the show or ruin the night if it doesn't happen, but I certainly hope it does and think it will. Alexa Bliss and Mickie James defeating Becky Lynch and Natalya. Randy Orton defeating AJ Styles to truly become the number one contender, and thank the good Lord above that we finally have a number one contender, and they didn't stretch this out even more or trying to have it as a triple threat. And Luke Harper out of nowhere is not part of any plans to be in the title match, where I thought it was going to be a fatal four-way or a triple threat with the Wyatt family. And that's where Randy Orton was going to turn on Bray Wyatt. Or Randy Orton and Luke Harper together, saying, it was a plan all along for both of them to turn on Bray. And them being a tag team. But no, Randy does it last week. Committing arson and burning down the compound of Bray Wyatt. But it was pretty awesome. Randy Orton is, Daniel Ron Mikey, he's a big fan of Randy's. Randy Keith Orton there. But I'm glad Randy won. Like I said, respect the Rumble. Keeping tradition. Royal Rumble winner. Should be in the main event of WrestleMania. Should be in the title match. It's just, I don't know, it's just fact. I mean, I really can't do anything around that. And then after AJ Styles and Shane McMahon get into a heated argument backstage, which set up either that match with them specifically one-on-one. Yeah, it's true, Ronnie. Yeah. What could be one-on-one at WrestleMania between Shane McMahon and AJ Styles, or it could be, there are different ways in that respect moving forward. That's pretty much everything I have here for tonight. Again, I do apologize to my team members, to be quite honest, and my guest that I had to start here a little earlier in tonight's episode because of plans I have afterwards. But thanks to those that are watching live. I don't really know of any of the news unless Ronnie or others that are watching live have any comments, questions, or concerns. I will, though, tease before I leave, which I almost forgot to do, teasing who I will have as my next interview. Either next week or the week after, one of these 2 weeks. But it will be certain is a former WWE superstar that at one time was a champion of some sort. Meaning any of the titles. Mid-card, and our top card. So either one of those. So those are. Hey, Palmer. Thanks for joining in. And Ronnie, any news on Kelly Kelly? Not that I know of. The last news I heard of Kelly Kelly is that she already signed a 3-year contract, meaning that she might be part of SmackDown Live. That she might be one of those surprises when we have the SmackDown Live Women's Championship match, and we're waiting for maybe a couple of people, maybe these upcoming weeks here on SmackDown, we have that graph, like how they have for Survivor Series with the silhouettes of who's going to be part of the teams. But this one for this specific match for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship, and as each silhouette is, we're going to find out who the superstar is. Then there's, let's say, two spots left for the match, let's just say. And one of them could be Kelly Kelly. Like I said, the last news I heard is that she's signing her 3-year contract with WWE. She is coming back. I never thought she would come back because she's moved on from it, and she's been on some other shows, and she's married to an athlete. A different kind. I think it's actually a hockey athlete, if I remember correctly. But either way, that is the news that I have, as at least the latest news regarding Kelly there. But anyways, like I said, that's the clue. Former WWE superstars win the titles at some point. And yeah, that pretty much would be it. So if anybody here that's watching live or anybody watching the archive, like I said, welcome to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and welcome to take your guess and your guess of who you think that former WWE superstar is. And I'll let you know next week. Next week, I will be officially announcing who it'll be, and find out if your guess was the right one. But like I said, I think that should be all. Nothing else really that I need to add. No, I wish it was though. Hey, you. I don't know if you. Oh yeah, you're not on Twitter. You don't do the Twitter thing. But if you did, I would have said to tweet to Kelly Kelly, and maybe she might become interested. Who knows? But no, it's not. It's not her. It's a guest though. I'd love to interview her. I would absolutely love to interview any WWE superstar, man or woman. Maybe she might be one of my next ones. We'll see. Trying to see if there are any other news and notes that I should bring up here on air before I go for the evening. We are on the road to WrestleMania. John Cena, the host of Kids' Choice Awards, so that'll be interesting. Teasing that he might have the Thugonomics, that Thugonomics character he was when he started in WWE. He might have that for one night only on the Kids' Choice, because yeah, why not? Male or female? Ronnie, I know you're asking that about who I'm interviewing. That would be male. Former WWE superstar that's won a championship and is a dude. It's a male. Not too much. I mean, the biggest thing in the news being about the Hardy Boys, or the Broken Hardys as they're known in the indie scene now. But I don't know if they really will be in ROH for 100%, or maybe they will be coming to WWE at WrestleMania. Who knows? I wish I did, but I don't. And it's really be interesting to see if they do. I mean, I like to see them maybe having a. Yeah, he won a WWE championship of some sort, yes. Yes, Ronnie, did he win a WWE championship? Yes, of some sort, not the WWE title or the world title. I can be honest on that front, but a championship nonetheless. So that could be either the United States, Intercontinental. What other titles have we had? The Hardcore title, the European title, the tag team titles, Raw or SmackDown tag team titles of the past. Remember when those were a thing? Raw and SmackDown had their own tag team titles. So yeah, one of those, I guess. But like I said, if you're watching archived, you're welcome to leave your guess there as well. And unlike here live, I can't answer the question right away, but I'll answer it there either there, or just wait until next week and I'll share the good news there, and you'll find out if you're right or wrong. I mean, technically, each person can guess as many times as they want, because if you guess, the law of averages will tell you that you will be right at some point if you just keep guessing forever. But is it a current championship? No, it's a championship that's technically has been retired, so that narrows it down even more. European title and hardcore title, and cruiserweight championship actually too. That's another male championship. And no, the tag team championships are. I mean, I guess you could say not current because the Raw and SmackDown tag team championships are the old. But then again, if they've got brought up now again, they're current now. So no, it'll just bring it down to the European and hardcore championships, I guess, if we just go in that sort of thinking. So no, it's not a current championship to answer your question, Ronnie. In a roundabout way, no, it is not. And hopefully, Ronnie and those that are watching live, you do share with others. Like I said, more the merrier. Join the conversation. I like to interact with people. Want to do these things. That's why I do these live. That's why I do Google Hangouts. I mean, even if I had the ability to do live videos, and again, I apologize to my team and others that they won't be able to make it tonight because I started earlier. But even if I did have to do it, I still would do it through Google Hangouts because I like to interact with people, like the, in the chat and otherwise. Just like I like to be part of the chat for other shows that I watch. Right, Ronnie? Like Sledgehammer TV, Nick, a good friend over there. The Lazy Booking Podcast, check them out. Lazy Booking Podcast at Lazy Booking PC on Twitter, at Halo Chrome, at Fight Billy Fight. 2 members there as well, along with the rest of the team over there at Nick Nightmare for Sledgehammer TV Wrestling Podcast, and otherwise, So I like being part of their live chats. And if my friend John the Monster, if he had live chats for his podcast, even though he doesn't, he records them and then puts them on Podbean, I'd be part of that one too. So all the people that I know and the ones that I've just heard about and learned about, I'm definitely appreciative. No, it's not D'Lo Brown, but again, if anybody knows, or if any of my team members actually are watching right now, D'Lo Brown, D'Lo Brown, Kelly, everybody's welcome to tweet at them. Maybe they will be next up to bat in the batter's box for an interview. I see here. I don't know if there's any more news and notes for me to bring to the table. No, I think that should be it. That should. I guess that'll do it for tonight's episode. Again, apologies to my team for not. For not letting me know that I did start early, but also other reasons as well. But like I said, it is what it is. I want to get an episode up here. Anyways, Last Man Standing didn't start. Wasn't on tonight because of local high school basketball stuff being on television. So my review of Last Man Standing, the TV show on ABC, that I'll be doing that tomorrow. But if there's no more questions or comments by Ronnie or anybody else, I think we put this episode to rest. Like I said, it my team. Hopefully they'll be able to make it next week. We'll be talking everything heading on the road to WrestleMania. Looking here in the chat room. And it's long road to WrestleMania. Might be a bumpy one, but it's only going to be an interesting one. It's only going to be a roller coaster of its own. That's for sure. All right. Anyways, thanks to Ronnie and others, Ronnie, Palmer J. Simmons, and others that watched live, those we watched in archives. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy your weekend. Have fun, safe. Anyway, hold on. I finally got back to my Google Hangouts here. I see Mark Ramble is here. I don't know if he actually is legitimately here. Mark Ramble, are you there? Yes, Ronnie, a former European hardcore champion. Mark Ramble, are you there? All right, I guess not. Well, like I was saying, hope everybody has a great rest of your day, evening, weekend. Stay safe, have fun, and as always, take care.